Hi folks, in today's video tutorial I'm going to show you how to create model for rocker Bogie system. I will start from new 3D model, and in the new 3D model we will place the image. I will select from working directory prepare a picture, and directly here I would like to set custom fit, so you can see here that it is possible to select the entities and specified dimensions. So for example 2200, and right now I can orient and place correctly the image, so my scale of the model will be related to this picture. Based on this picture, it's possible to create a new sketch, and this sketch I will provide another 3D models. So first of all we will select the base shape, and specify one diameter. We can see that is approximately 325, so it's fine. Okay, right now I can hide or remove the picture, so directly I can remove the picture. It's not necessary to use it anymore. And this sketch I would like to use the couple of times for the rocker, for the buggy, for the wheel, and so on. So I can jump again to edit definition to the sketch, and with the save as function into working directory set sketch name, so sketch 2 for example. So right now this model I don't need anymore, and I will start from new model, for example rocker. What we would like to do in the sketch, for example, I would like to import from existing, so select the file system and select the sketch, and then over here it's possible to set scale, and if you select right mouse button you can move the scale where you want. So with this placement, right mouse button still selected, you can place, and left mouse button to place correct sketch. What is great, you don't need to know, or you don't need to use these another sketches, so you can delete entities, you have everything fine. And for example I would like to use only the sweep feature, over here, and with specification of the shape, so we can select for example from the sketch palette, and you can choose the custom profile. So it's only for your explanation that it's not necessary always defined the custom sketch line by line, but you can orient it. Okay, orientation of the sketch is really easy. You can spin it, you can jump into orientation, so if I will jump here, the system allowed to me jump directly, and again with right mouse button and the left mouse button you can spin, orient, and so on. So you can see here right now there is some dimensions, so you can use it. Okay, what will be the size? We don't need to use the really huge one, so you can see here right now that for example will be like this. For example 15, doesn't matter. Okay, but you can imagine that right now will be not correctly placed, so we need to run more time to orientation and maybe 90 degree. With the middle mouse button you will confirm the finish, and right now you can jump here and confirm OK, so you can see the final shape of the sweep. What is really great that over here is the sketch, yeah, so we can use this sketch a couple of times, so you know that we need to create the couple of points where we would like to connect the wheels and pin connection and so on. So I will change the visualization, and as the reference I will select my sketch directly here, and with really easy function create a circle. You can define the 3 circles with diameter 100 and again 100. We will see, yeah? It will be necessary to change dimension. We can change it later. No problem. Okay. If you would like to use the same, so you can use the equal as the reference, and the system allowed to you change 1 dimensions and everything will be changed automatically. Yeah? So if I will confirm OK right now, we would like to have this for both sides, and some dimension. We will see. It's approximately, so right now I do not have a special values, so you can see that I always try to find a suitable shape. What I miss here is the holes, so I will create one hole over here really quickly. Select axis and confirm with control button the placement, and do not forget to change dimensions. The depth we can specify directly here through all, and for example 40, it's fine. With the copy and paste, Control C, Control V, we can really easily select the references, and again Control C, Control V, you can select axis and top surface, and system will copy and create independent copy, so you can change diameter on any holes anytime. Great, looks good and easy, yeah. What we need to do as the second is the Bogie. Yeah, so I will save this model, OK, and create new Bogie, and we will use the same logic. So with the sketch, I will place the sketch by the file system, sketch 2, and again we would like to focus here. So yes, it's possible to change directly here. Scale will be 1:1. And again, if I feel confirm with middle button and delete all necessary objects here, we have a Bogie shape. So if I will jump the sketch and confirm OK, everything is fine. Yep, looks good. And right now we need to use the same information from, so I don't want to create one more time sweep feature and have a look for the dimensions and so on and so on. So we can directly reuse the rocker model and copy information, for example, from here. Yeah. Control C, and I will jump to Bogie and use the Control V. I will keep dimension value, confirm OK, and system will place for me the sweep feature really quickly. Yeah, so if I have spent over there 5 minutes, no problem, because over here I spent almost nothing. And again, we can reuse the same information from the extrude feature. Yeah. So I will select Control C and jump to Bogie. And right now I will use the Control V, keep dimensions, but system place it on the original placement. Yeah. So I will use the edit function and jump the sketch, and in the reference maybe it's necessary to update the information. Yeah, you can see that looks good, but I miss one curve, so no problem, you can create it really easy, and the system again create equal diameter. If I will confirm, something is wrong here, intersect entity. So okay, I have intersect entity. Over here is the question where it is. No problem, you can overlapping geometry, so you can check where is the overlapping geometry, and over here the system automatically plays for me two curves. So if I will check right now and delete, everything is fine, and I can really easily confirm. And again, if you ask me, yes, we can copy the whole, Control C, and jump to Bogie and use the functionality Control V, and yes, keep dimension value and select axis and top surface, and then copy and paste for a couple of times, and you will finish your shape of Bogie really quickly. Okay, so right now we have rocker and Bogie. We need to combine it into assembly. So yes, please, so create new assembly with the new name, rocker Bogie system. And I will place first model, but you need to imagine that over here we need to have, we miss some main body. No problem. We can create a main body directly here, so in the assembly, yep. So create a body, and if you copy from existing, the system asks for you where you would like to place the model, and I can use directly default placement and it will be really fine. What we can do here is the directly open or only activate the model, and directly here create a new sketch and place it here somewhere. You can use the center rectangle, or directly you can create only the base shape. So it's up to you. I would like to reuse first of all the center line because the object will be symmetric. And what will be here, for example, 1050. It will be good. And we can lock this value, and then I can move it here a little bit upstairs. So we will see at the end what will be result. I will confirm, and right now we would like to define the symmetric shape, and for example like this. We can change dimension later, no problem. It's a parametric modeling, so it's fine. What we miss here, if I will open it, you can create really difficult body, but it's not necessary right now. I would like to only animate. So I will create missing axis, because on that axis we will place our additional objects. And again, you know that on the left hand side and right hand side you would like to add some additional references. No problem, you can create here the datum planes, or you can use the offset directly in the assembly. So I will choose the offset directly in assembly. Okay, so right now I'm back in the assembly. We will add the first model, and it is rocker. Yeah. You can see right now here that system allowed to me to see the in separate window the 3D model, or I can switch off or switch on the additional windows here. So if you have a really small 3D model, you can reuse this small additional window for the selection of the references. I will start from the placement as the pin connection, and we know that we would like to align this axis with the second axis. In the placement, you can see that right now the system asks me for the translation. So with the right mouse button you can select the references what is not possible to see, and left mouse button confirm, and again from the assembly select the object here. We know that we would like to have some small offset, no problem. specify, for example, 15 millimeters. It's okay. Fine. If you will confirm it right now, you can use the dragger components and see that it's possible to really easy to manipulate and looks quite good. And question is that if you would like to place the Bogie here, that maybe we need to change some colors because it will be always gray and maybe not so nice. So no problem. If you would like to change the color, you can open the model and, for example, specify the color here, directly. So select the color, select body from the model tree and confirm middle button. And if you don't like the selected color, you can directly edit and use the color here. I like to use the color wheel. You can change the color really quickly and specify the definition of this one. So if you will change it, it will be better a little bit. Okay, the first rocker is ready, and I would like to use the same information for the placement. So again, I like to function Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V, copy and paste. So you can see that system remembers some references. So I need to select only placement for the axis, but be careful because right now the selected previous reference. So previous reference you can remove. You can select the new reference for offset, but system remember the 15 distance. So right now it looks really great. We will continue with assemble of the Bogie. Right now it's to place it on the session because I forgot to save it. So use the Bogie, and you know that it's necessary place it here. And fine, use the pin connection, and sometimes I don't want to see this dragger. So you can switch on dragger and switch off dragger. And we know that we need to select axis and two surfaces. Right now distance is 0. Great. And again, copy and paste, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, select axis, and again, be careful that you have to change the reference surface. So, right, now it's great. Okay, confirm fine, and you have created two independent bodies. Something like this. It's really nice to see that it's possible to manipulate separately. And depends how you drag the object. Fine, looks good. What we miss is wheels. So we can see here right now that it's only approximation or quick visualization. In the future, if you would like to create your real rocker Bogie system, so please take care about this offset here. So, but for now, I will create a wheel. So create a new 3D model, wheel, and I remember that was the 325, something like this. So it's okay because you know that it's possible to create a wheel really quickly. You can create 325 as the diameter. It's okay if you will create directly hole here. So maybe like this, because you know that in the solar system they use really thin metal wheels. And best practice if you use the symmetric functions and try to set some custom value. If you would like to use the different shape, or you would like the different pattern over there and so on, so please try to check my previous tutorial and you will find all details how to create a wheel with the patterned members or with a banded shape and toroidal band. For this quick visualization is good enough. And again, I will choose the wheel. I can use the Ctrl, Alt and right mouse button to move object. So I don't need to see this visualization, but okay, if you are beginner, you can use it and then you can drag where you want. Okay, no problem. So try to remember Control Alt and right mouse button is for moving part. Yeah, and if you use the Control Alt and middle button, the system allows to you to spin model. Yeah, so you can really quickly and easy place this model. And right now we would like to have a placement, so you know that you miss some references, and again I will use the pin connection. You need to select axis or cylindrical surfaces, so no problem. So you can select and the system automatically jump to translation. Again, Control Alt and right mouse button, you can move it. Yeah, and you know that we need to select this surface and that surface. It's quite good enough if you know that over here is some dimensions. So yes, please use some offset value here, but it's only about the nice visualization. For example, 5 mm. It's fine for this example. Okay, wheel is ready. Again, maybe some color definition. So best practice is if you open it and you will choose your custom color. Yeah, maybe black is not so nice right now, so because I used the dark theme. Yeah, so something like this, and maybe blue one a little bit. Fine, no problem. What is great, if you change the color on the 3D model, every new component that you will place, the system will remember the color. If you will change the color on the assembly, I will show you right now on the body system, the system will use this color only in this assembly. Yeah, so for example, this color I will use for this body, but if you will open the body, yeah, the system will remember this color. So it's a little bit independent color definition, that 3D model is defined with one color, but in the assembly the system used a different color. It's only for explanation. Okay, great. Continue with the wheel. I'd like to select this wheel, and again copy and paste. I use always Ctrl C and Ctrl V from the keyboard, but you can use the Ctrl C and Ctrl V, yeah, from the ribbon, no problem. And please select new references for the placement. And right now you can see it is so quick that I don't need to always select the information from the 3D model, and I only continue with the selection here. If something wrong because I have selected wrong information here, it's not problem. You can select and change the flip orientation here. Okay, it was always Ctrl C, Ctrl V. If you would like to place more than one object, you can use the repeat button from the right mouse menu. Yeah, repeat, and then select what you would like to repeat. So I would like to repeat new placement for the cylindrical surface and for the distant surface, because it's always different value here. It's not aligned. And then it's really nice that you can only select new references that system allow to place it really quickly. Okay, so our simplified 3D model of the rocker bogie system is ready. And again, if I will drag the components, the wheel will be spinning, but it's not possible to see because we do not have nothing in there. So maybe if I will open it a little bit, and we will try to place some inner information. Give me a second, I have to think about. Okay, no problem. I will, from this wheel, I will extrude the small wheel. You know that over here is necessary to place some holes, additional holes, but okay. And what we would like to do here is some stars. No problem. I like to reuse the function of the, for example, give me a second, for example, sweep feature, yeah? Okay, I will select this one and sketch, and right now you can use that you cannot see through the model. So I will use this function, clip model. And what is great, you can spin the model one more time in the middle. And I would like to use, for example, like this, go upstairs a little bit and define the custom shape. What is, if you use the spline, you need to sometimes define the dimensions and that you would like to have a tangent here or the coincidence and so on, perpendicular, yeah? So select please the spline and then reference. So system allow to use the select and create the dimension, and same here. So spline, end of spline, reference with control button and middle button, and define 90 degree, so it will be perpendicular connection. That's great. So first curve is ready, and we can use the sweep feature really quickly, and the shape will be some base circle with these dimensions. It's okay, looks good, doesn't matter, maybe 8 is better. Okay, if I will confirm OK, you can see right now that system do not allow to me to connect. Maybe we can try to use the merge ends, and if you use the merge ends, the system will merge these ends. You can see the difference, yeah? Without merge ends and merge ends. Yeah, thank you. So we will finish it correctly. Everything is nice and fine. And you know that these two objects are connected altogether, sketch and sweep feature. So please create a group, and then you can use the pattern feature around the axis. So it's great because you can easy create, for example, 8, 9. Okay, 9 is okay. And you need to derive 360 degree, and the system automatically create 9 objects here. Yeah, so count it really quickly in. Our wheel is ready. Okay, perfect. So if I will drag right now the object, for example this one, you can see that I can spin the wheel, I can manipulate with the rocker, I can spin the wheel here and manipulate. So hopefully if I will place it in the assembly with the path, it will be possible to have a really nice visualization. So we can try. Okay, some dimension what I don't remember. So I would like to prepare the path, and okay, some analysis and measurements. I would like to measure the couple of information. So you can use the summary measurements or direct measurements. For example, the distance. What is the distance between this curve, for example, and this surface? You can see that system allowed to me to see that it's approximately 1500. Okay, so right now we have base information what we need, and we can create new model, and it will be path. Yeah, fine. So let's start to create some nice shape of the path. So for example, from this surface I will start with base 1. So for example, we will define the base dimensions. Okay, and over here, for example, 15 meters. Yeah, so if I will change it, it will be really strange because the system extend to me. If you lost your view of the sketch, it's no problem. You can use this button and the system will refit everything. So sometimes happen that system do not show you exactly what you would like to see. Okay, and right now I would like to define the sketch, so you can specify some arc, yeah, directly tangent, and then maybe some spline here. So again I will use some information. Okay, we will see, and if you would like to move the points, it's fine. If necessary to define some constraint, no problem, you can select the tangent references for the over here, and again, for example, here. I hope so that you like the path, and maybe I miss some points because we would like to have a much nicer. So give me a second, I will use the double click this for the spline, and you can add more points and directly change the shape. Yeah, so if you use the right mouse button, the system allows to you to add more points. We will see. We can change it a little bit later. Fine. Okay. The first part is ready. Yeah. For example, I will use it here, and we know that, for example, 800. Great. But I don't want to have a same part on the left and right hand side. So what we can try, that we will use the special copy and paste functionality. So paste special. I would like to have an independent geometry, and I would like to apply move and rotate. So if I will confirm OK, the system asks me for the reference, and I would like to use this reference as the offset reference. You can choose left and right, doesn't matter. We will see. Yeah. And for example, 1000, I can change it later, no problem. And right now we have two independent geometries. So if I will select right now, edit definition for this part, yep, and I will change the points here, for example, and again double click and add points, and like here, and a little bit I will change the shape at points because we would like to see the differences. Yeah. Okay, and at point here, and we'll see what will be happen at the end. OK, and confirm OK. So right now we have two separate paths, and for the placement I like to use something like middle plane. So these front plane I don't want to use in the future, but I would like to create mid plane. So select the plane as the new feature, select first one and control second one, and the system automatically create the mid plane for you. We can change the name here as the mid, and everything is fine. Okay, let's try to put it all together. And I will create new assembly as the name will be, for example, analysis, and we will place the path. So from session I will select the path, and you know that you can place it as default. Okay, and right now I would like to place the subassembly. Everything is in session here, so Bogie system assembly is here, and right now we would like to place it somewhere here. Great. You can select references from small window, or you can turn it on. Yeah, so do it like you need. You can combine these icons. Great. I'd like to use the planar connection, and for the planar connection I have to reuse the orientation from the assembly from the Bogie system, and then I'd like to place it here. Yeah, so the system allowed to me to place it, and for now please, you don't need to define all additional information, because the connection between wheels and path will be defined by CAM connection. Okay, so please go to application and mechanism, and over here is the cam feature. It will be really quick and really easy because you can use the auto select. You will select surface from the wheel and then confirm OK. And then you need to select the path. So please use the cam 2, and with the control button you can select and define necessary surfaces for this wheel. OK and OK. Right now you can see the system jump and connect all this information all together. So right now 5 more times.